What does it benefit a man to be married? Let's talk about that. Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your man LOK, back at it again. Fellas, soldiers, men, kings, how y'all doing, man? Hope all is well. So, welcome to part 3 of the Relationship Trilogy. Today, we are going to be talking about what some of you have been waiting for, and what a lot of people are going to want to hear. Today, we're going to be getting into what benefits a man to be married. Today, I'm going to be answering that. We're going to be talking about the whole more than one wife thing. Everybody want to have more than one wife and all that crap. And the kings back in the Bible days did it, so why can I do it? That's the man's primal urge, and it's not natural to be with one woman and all that, you know. We're gonna be talking about what makes a good wife, what makes a good husband, what gets your prayers hindered in marriage, what stops God from answering your prayers, what causes your wife to act up sometimes, some of the times. I'm not gonna say all, but some of the times. We're gonna be talking about what causes her to act like a clown. So today's going to be a very controversial topic. I know it's going to be a lot of people that got a lot to say about what I'm about to say on this, but hey, that's whatever. I'm prepared for it, because if what I'm saying can hold up under scrutiny, then I should be saying it. Let's see what else. Today we're going to be coming directly from this book. Okay, this is the Bible. For a lot of y'all that don't know, because this is not a traditional Bible. This is not a King James or an NIV. This is called the book. Very good Bible to get if you ever want to buy one. This Bible is written in plain English. All right, no he thoueth and saith thou, none of that. This is in plain everyday verbiage. The same words that we're using now, the same words that you use every single day. So it's very easy for you to understand. That's why I like this book. So, let's get into this. This video is going to be kind of long, even though I don't want to make it long. I got a lot to get across to y'all, so I took notes, right? What else? Yeah. I took notes. We're gonna be talking about things step by step. All right. All right. So the reason I said we're gonna be talking about marriage from the Bible standpoint is because what is marriage? Let's define that. What is marriage? All right. Marriage is a covenant between the Lord, man, and a woman. Marriage comes from God. A lot of people out there will argue that it's a religious thing. You know how they like to throw that word around. Everything that got to do with God is religious. No. I will go as far as telling you this. You will find the Lord, your God, when you lose religion. You will find the Lord, your God, when you lose religion. Sometimes religion isn't what you should seek. It's just a simple relationship with your Creator. That's it. Let that sink in. Because a lot of people got this mindset. They think, oh, I don't want to be religious. You know, I don't want to be all into that churchy stuff. No. All you need is a relationship with the God who created you. That's it. Um, now, so marriage is a covenant between a man, woman, and God. Okay, a lot of people have this untutored opinion or mindset that marriage is just a piece of paper. You know, I don't need all that. I don't need that to just be with a woman. I can be with a woman, or I can be with a man without all that paper stuff and law stuff. And it's just saying that you get access to the benefits. You know, it's just paper. What's different about marriage, about being with somebody? If I just get some paper, you know, that's all it is, right? Wrong. Get that BS out of your mind. That's not, no. For some people, that's all marriage is just paper. The state gives you a marriage license, says you're married. You go to the courthouse, they say you're married, and that's what people think it is, right? Nah. Marriage is a covenant between man, woman, and God. God, when you take your marriage vows, you take them before the Lord with the person that you're actually with. Okay, God is in the marriage. You're saying these vows not only to her, but to God. Okay, marriage is a godly thing. It doesn't matter how much the world would like to take God out of it and say, oh man, you know, no, marriage is a godly thing. It was given to man, to the world, from God. So no matter how much you try to X God out of what he created, you can't. Okay, this ain't Microsoft, and God ain't Bill Gates. Okay, you can't force him out of what he created. That's not how that works. All right. So let's get into some notes here. All right, so let's talk about first. We're going to talk about Proverbs, right? Chapter 18, verse 22. All right, so hold on. Let me find this real quick. Let me find it. Hold on, wait a minute. Now hold on, wait a minute. I think I told y'all the wrong scripture. Hold on. Hold on. Oh no, that's right. That's right. Proverbs 18, verse 22. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and answer this now. What benefits a man to be married? What, people ask all the time, what does a man get out of being married? Okay. Um, they talk about what the woman gets, but what's in it for a man? Because at the end of the day, she leaves. Like I think it's like 80 or 75% of divorce rates are initiated by the woman. So the man's like, well, what's in it for me? All she does is leave and take half of my stuff and take the kids and the house and all that, right? Why should I get married? Proverbs chapter 18, verse 22 says, he who finds a wife findeth a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. As simple as that is, I know a lot of y'all like, what? No. No, listen. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. So basically what that's saying is when you find a wife, just like Kevin Samuels used to say, the pre-statement to that is, she's already a wife when you find her. You don't find a girl and then make her a wife. She already has that wife, that wife mindset, that wife material mindset when you first find her. When the Lord allows you to find something like that, you have obtained favor from him. So a lot of people, like I said, I'm coming at this from a biblical standpoint today. If you don't believe in God, or you don't like to read the Bible or anything like that, this ain't for you. You're not gonna understand this. This is way over your head. So go ahead and click me off and go do something else. This is for the people that actually want to understand. All right. One of the greatest benefits to you in life is probably the greatest benefit is to obtain favor from God. God has favor on you. God actually likes you. Okay, now I'm gonna get into that real quick too. God loves us all, but God don't like everybody. I know a lot of y'all are gonna want to debate that and say all types of stuff, but say what you want, think what you want. I don't care. God does not like everyone. He loves us all. He don't like all of our behaviors and some of the things that we do and some of the ways that we think. He doesn't like that. You don't even like all your friends or people close to you in your life that you love. You love them, but you don't like them all the time. They don't have the type of personality that you necessarily like. In fact, if you didn't love them or have a close relationship with them, you wouldn't be around them. But anyway, that's something else. So listen, God gives you favor when he allows you to find a woman like that. The Bible also says a good wife is a crown to her husband's head. But a bad wife is like a disease in his bones, which is what a lot of these women are out here today. Nothing but a disease in a man's bones. Yeah, I said it, and yeah, I meant it. Now, let's see, what else? Yeah. So, if God would allow you to find a woman like that, you obtain favor from him. You have done you've done something. You have gotten close to him. You have sought his face. You have spent time with him. You have gotten to know God, to the point where he will bless you with a good wife. And as far as the whole woman taking half and leaving thing, I'm going to ask a lot of you this, and I'm sure a lot of you will say, yeah, the very few are actually telling the truth. If you sit down and think, how many of you have actually asked God before you bought that ring and put that ring on that woman's finger? How many of you men have asked the Lord, should I marry her? Is she really the one for me? Now, I'm sure a lot of y'all will say you have, but you really haven't. Now, I'm gonna go a step further. How many of you asked him that actually waited for a response? Actually pray and sit down and wait for him to tell you. How many of you have done that? Asking for a clear telltale sign. Tell him, say, look, Lord, make it as plain to me as the sun is in the sky that this woman is for me. I guarantee you, a lot of your problems, that's one of the areas that it stems from. You're marrying somebody that you weren't even supposed to be with in the first place. All because, like I said before, women fall in love through their ears, men through their eyes. That's why women wear makeup and men tell lies. You see this woman and you're so smitten by her, how she looks and all that. She cooked you some food one day, and all of a sudden she's just wifey material. She's shaped nice. All of a sudden she's wifey material. She got a nice chest. All of a sudden she's wifey material. she got a nice butt. All of a sudden, she's wiping to you. No, get that garbage out of your head. That's not how it works. That's not what's important. I will even go as far as saying a lot of us, actually everybody, nobody's smart enough to choose their mate. Nobody. We are not smart enough to choose the person that we should be with, because it's a lot about people that's just unseen. A lot of stuff you don't even know. It's a lot of stuff about them they don't even know. People change every few years. You don't know what she's going to change into. You don't know what you're going to change into. You get married young, you don't know if this is what you're going to be attracted to a few years down the line. You don't know all that. Give yourself time to grow, learn, okay, experience things. Now, yeah, you should really pray and ask the Lord, is this even a person that I should be entertaining? Am I ready for marriage? Ask yourself that. Am I marriage material right now? How about that? That's what we really need to start. Because listen, I told y'all before in one of my last videos, I am a certified relationship coach. I can speak to you about relationships all day, but the most important relationship that you need to work on is the relationship with yourself. How do you work on a relationship with yourself? First of all, when you find God, you find yourself. Clip that, make fun of it all you want, but at the end of the day, when you find and obtain a good relationship with God, you find and better understand yourself. You don't believe that. You don't think you need to have God in your life and find God and all that. Cool, don't. But a relationship with yourself will expose and teach you so much more. All right, so yeah. Ask yourself, are you marriage material? Are you ready for that? Because marriage is a big commitment. It's a lifelong commitment. Okay. Now we're gonna get into something else. Fellas, a lot of y'all be having this. And listen, I know it's human nature. All right, that's why I'm here to talk to y'all about this, because I think a lot of y'all men just need guidance down the right path. Just like someone guided me, they didn't forget me, so I'm not gonna forget y'all. A lot of y'all have this bleeding heart love for your wives. You're so, oh baby, I just love you so much. Oh yeah, cut that out. Just cut that out. Okay, that is a fantasy. That is a fairy tale that you were raised to believe when we were young. You didn't have a man to pull you to the side and show you what it really is and teach you about female nature. Okay, cut that out. That gets you nowhere but in a very depressed state. Okay, now I'm gonna try my best to keep this as less ambiguous as I can. All right, because I know it's hard, but I'm gonna keep this as less ambiguous as I possibly can. The Bible says, where's it at? Scriptures that says, man, love your wives as Christ loved the church. That is how you should love your woman. Not that, oh yeah, baby, I just love you so much. You just smell so good. I just always saw myself with you. Yeah. No, man. No. Christ didn't love the church like that. You didn't see Christ hugging on the church. Oh, baby, yeah, oh my God, yeah. No. Okay? That is not how it works. No. Love your wives as Christ loved the church. That means have respect for her. Give your life for her. Protect her. Teach her things that will benefit her and you, because when you teach her things that will benefit her, it will benefit you. Her job is to take care of you, but we'll get into that. Okay? Love your wives as Christ loved the church. You don't have to be super I'm trying to find the right verbiage here. So y'all bear with me. I'm trying to find the right word. Mm. You don't have to be super emotionally attached to your woman, okay? To the point where every little thing that she may do may hurt you, okay? Because that's one thing that they will do. They will get under they will get under your skin, and I'm gonna get into that too, okay? Um, Fellas, I'm gonna tell y'all this. A lot of you go home like you go to work. Work was a pain. Go out into the world. You deal with different people. They're a pain. You get on the phone with these bill collectors. They're a pain. You deal with some of your family members. They're a pain. Then you come home and your woman is acting up and she's a pain, doing everything the complete opposite of what you told her to do or what you asked her to do, right? She's acting like a clown, getting on your nerves, just being a complete uh, adulterated woman. Okay. Now, I hate to kind of say this, but ask yourself this: a lot of times when that happens, what has God told you to do that you have not done? He's he's causing this woman to act the same way toward you that you are acting towards him, and make you feel the same way towards her that you are making him feel towards you. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to like it. You can think of whatever you want to say against it, but after you think of all that, right, it's still going to be true. A lot of times when you disobey God and don't act how you should, or towards God and do some of the things that He wants you to do, she'll act that way. Why? Because your wife is the closest thing to you, and sometimes to get your attention, God goes through her. And you missed the point. You yell at her and you get mad at her and say all this stuff, and the whole time it don't matter what you say, it don't matter what you do, how mad you get. She's gonna keep acting like that. The problem is you need to go fix it with the Lord. Why? Because the structure of the house is God, man, woman, child, not child, woman, man. That's what a lot of females think. Okay, we not talking about that yet. We're men. We're dealing with the men. Okay, the men are the heads of the house. You are the leaders. Don't worry about what they think. Okay, you are the leader. That's why a lot of these modern women today get into the whole, oh, my kids eat first, okay? He gonna wait. Just he don't come before me and my kids. No, 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 no. No. That's why you need to really stay away from women that have uh, children by other relationships. Okay, it's better to start your own family. Now, I'm not saying don't date women that have kids. We'll get into that. But um, the man is the head. Okay, the man is the leader of the house. After him is the wife, not the children. The woman will have you believe it's the kids come first because she is emotional. That's what her emotions tell her. She's just so loving and gentle and nurturing toward the kids. Okay, that's why you are the leader. You make better decisions than she does. She makes decisions based off of emotion. That's all they know how to think with is emotion. Men think with this. Women think with this. That is why you are the man and you are in charge. Okay. Um, Women, when men talk, We say, yeah, okay, I think this, I believe this, blah, blah, blah. Women, I feel though, this is what I feel. I feel as though, I feel. They feel their way through everything. That is why God placed you in charge. You can't have a family that is logically led by how someone feels. That is why you are the man and you are in charge. Okay? Now, it's man, it's God, man. Okay? In order for you to properly and effectively lead your house, you need to be in line with the Creator. Okay? He speaks to you, you give direction to the family. That's how that works. All right? A lot of times when you are not in line with Him, then your underlings will be out of order. What you are in charge of will be out of whack and out of line. Once you align with what you are supposed to be aligned with, things will fall into place. So you need to spend less time getting mad at her. And a lot of times the Bible also says when you don't treat your wife with respect like you should when you're not patient with your wife and understanding. A lot of times your prayers will be hindered. God will ignore your prayers. That's why it's very important for you to do what you need to do, okay? Even if she's not, let her be dealt with by the one that gave her to you. You make sure you are right. Let her be dealt with by the one that gave her to you. He knows how to fix her better than you do, okay? Now, we're going to get into something else. Let me see this here. We're going to get into this curse word that women can't stand. Wives, submit to your husbands. Submit. I know y'all can't stand that word. Submit to your husbands as you do God. You know what? Hold on. Let me find that too. I don't know that one by heart, and I don't want to spend too much time looking for it. It's somewhere in Proverbs. So hold on. Let me wait a minute. Hold on, wait, hold on. Bear with me. Where is it? See, this is why I didn't want to look for it, because I know it'll take me all day. All right, so let me see. All right. Well, listen, I can't really find it, but this I'm gonna tell you. Okay, wives, submit to your husbands as you would God. Okay, and respect him. It's a popular YouTuber by the name of Marcus Rogers. Very good guy. I encourage y'all to go check him out, man. He's a very good guy. Does a lot of godly breakdowns of things. But he did a video one time on here, and it made a lot of sense. He got into a lot of people need to look at. God told man to love his wife as Christ loved the church, right? He told woman to respect her man and to submit to him as she would the Lord, right? Nobody ever really thought about that. He never told the woman to love the man, ever. He never said that. He said, respect your husband and submit to him. Submit to him as you would the Lord, because he is the head of the house. Okay? He is the head of the wife. Now, if you think about that, why would he say that to her? He told the man to love the woman because God will never ask you to do something that is easy. Everything God's going to ask you to do is hard. It's hard to always love your wife when she is acting in every way that would cause you to want to do nothing more than not love her. Okay? Look at how the church behaves at times, but Christ still loves the church. He still is patient with the church, just as you should be patient with your wife. I did a video on patience. Go back and check that out. But you don't want to love your wife all the time. That's why God told you to love her. One of the main things he told the woman to do is to respect her husband, because God knows that respect is very big to a man. Just like God knows love is very big to a woman. That's why he'll never ask you to do something that's easy. He told you to respect that man. Respect is very big for men. Will the man always do something that will cause you to want to respect him? No, no one does. But you are supposed to respect him. That is your job. Don't worry about what he's doing. Stop letting what he's doing cause you to not do your job. As long as you do your job, the one that led him to you will deal with him. Okay? Now, he told you to respect that man. He also told you to submit to that man. We already know that's not easy. Y'all would seem to make it harder than what it actually is. But when you submit to him, that just means to let him take the masculine role, to let him be in charge, let him lead you. Now I'm going to tell you something else too, and this goes for not all of you women, because I have some that watch me that actually have a very good head on their shoulders. This is for the other remnant that don't. If you got a problem with submitting to a man, I'm gonna tell you something else. One, that's your problem. Two, if you are with a man that you think, well, if he don't make me want to submit to him. He don't act like a man should. I don't see why he's worthy of that. That's your fault. Why are you with him? Why are you with a man that you can't respect in that way, that you can't allow to lead you, that you don't think is worthy to submit to? That says a lot about you, not him. Take accountability for yourself. That's your fault and nobody else's. That's all you. You did it to yourself. Why are you with this man if you don't think he's strong enough or smart enough or wise enough or manly enough to lead you? Get away from him. But anyway, you allow this man to take charge. Okay. The woman has innate wisdom. I'm gonna do a breakdown of what. Okay. All right. All wisdom is knowing a better way of going about something or a better way to do something. That's all wisdom is. Just like, okay, wisdom is that knowledge is you have the know-how. You know how to do something. You know how something works. All right. Let's say I'm getting off of work and I have knowledge. This is the shortcut home. Wisdom will tell me this is not the time of night that I should walk down that street. Knowledge is knowing what to say. Wisdom is knowing if you should say it or not. So you have wisdom to suggest certain things to your man, or to know a better way of dealing with conflict with your man, or a better way of dealing with your man when he does something that you know he shouldn't do, um, or something that's really not okay. Something that you don't feel as though is um, hmm, something that you don't feel is very effective to the leadership of your family. Remember, that's his role. That's what he's for. Okay, so um, wisdom is knowing when to choose your battles, how you should go about conflict with your man, if you should get into any conflict with your man. Okay, wisdom and the innateness of the female wisdom is knowing when to take a back seat. They say behind every good man is a great woman. Okay, she's his backbone. She's his helpmate. You putting your goals and ambitions to the side when you take on the role of being his wife. Um, yeah, so you are supposed to submit to your husband. If he is not worthy of you submitting to him, you shouldn't even be with him. All right, that is completely on you. Um, we're also going to get into another interesting scripture that a lot of people look over. I'm going to get into that right now. So, where is it? Ephesians chapter 5. Verse 21. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 21. All right. Scriptures does say, submit to one another. Yes, there are times where the man should submit. Submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. That is what it says. That's not my words. That's what this says. Um, it says the husband is the head of his wife, as Christ is the head of the church. He gave his life for it, as the church submits to Christ. So you wives must submit to your husbands. That is how the marriage should be structured spiritually. Okay, that is how that works. Not what you hear out here in the world and what these other people think they're smart enough to say how it works. No, that's it doesn't work like that. It works how it's written here from the one who gave it. All right. So fellas, sometimes when your wife feels strongly about certain things, remember they have that innate wisdom. Um, just listen to her. It's no harm in listening to her. She doesn't think this is a good idea. She strongly and vehemently disagrees with certain things. Just go ahead and let it go. Or she doesn't like a certain idea that you may have for what you want for a specific direction that you might want to lead the family into. Sit her down, understand why. Okay, don't just right off. Oh, you shut up. I'm in charge. You go cook. You sit there and you cook. No. If she's the woman that you chose to be your wife, if she's a good woman, because we talked about that. If she's a good woman, you chose her for the right reasons. Why wouldn't you want to listen to her? We ain't talking about just some thought on the street. We talking about your wife. If you chose her to be your wife, obviously it's something really good in her that you wanted for yourself, okay? Scripture also says that a good wife is more precious than diamonds and rubies. I'm not saying these women are. I'm saying a good wife, because that's not easy to find out here. A good wife is like a crown to her husband's head. A bad one is a disease in his bones. You'll find that out here real quick. All you gotta do is open the door, and there's probably one walking down the street. No. Okay. So let's see. What else? Now we're gonna get into another very important topic that a lot of people have probably been waiting for too. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. I know y'all been waiting on this one. Deuteronomy chapter 17. Chapter 17, verse 17. Let me read it out loud in case y'all don't understand. A king must not take many wives unto himself. I know it's been a very hot topic of this discussion out here, especially in these modern days. Everybody want to, adhere to their natural manly nature, right? And the kings back in the Bible days said that they had wives, so why can't I, right? Listen, God clearly, and I told people this years ago, but nobody listens. Okay, God clearly said a king should not multiply a bunch of wives unto himself. He been said that before they did it. God just allowed them to do it. He been said, do not do that. It is not okay. Why isn't it okay? I'm gonna tell you why. King Solomon, the wisest king that ever lived, right? He had, what was it, like 700 wives and 300 concubines, or 300 concubines, 700 wives, I don't know, something like that, right? He had that, all of that. King David was the same way. King David was Solomon's father. Okay, he had wives. Now, God told King Solomon, do not marry all of those women, because they will turn your heart from me. They will have you worshiping their false gods, their religions, their gods. They will turn your heart from me. Do not marry all of those women. That is why God told kings not to do that. It's written in here. If you don't believe me, go look it up. It's in Deuteronomy. Read Deuteronomy chapter 17. Start from verse 14 down. But yeah, he said that a long time ago. Do not do that. I'm gonna tell you why he allowed it. Okay, because I know everybody wants to know that. Back in those times, and it's a good depiction of the current day and age too. Okay. He who had the gold rules. He who had the money ruled. Back in those times, women were not, women were viewed a lot differently than what they are now. Back then, women were not allowed to work. They weren't allowed to go to school. They wasn't allowed to really have a say-so in anything. They wasn't allowed to have money. They wasn't allowed to, do anything, right? It was the man that had to work and to provide for the woman. Okay. Back then, there were a lot more women than there were with men that had means. That's why the kings back then had many wives, because the women had to be protected and provided for because they couldn't provide for themselves. So that is why it was okay for the king to have multiple wives, because it's better for you to have multiple wives and provide for them and take care of them than them to go ahead and die of starvation or die in poverty or turn to prostitution as a way to provide for themselves. So uh, multiple wives were given to kings to provide for them. Okay. Also, women. Now, I know you're not gonna like this, but hey, I'm just telling you how it was back then. Women back in those days were looked at as like baseball cards. They were like trading cards, right? They were given as gifts, as uh, tokens of someone's promise, or yeah, something like that. Okay, let's say you had two kings. They were at war, and the war stopped. One king promised the other, I will never again attack your land. Okay, to seal that promise, I'm gonna give you my daughter as your wife. That's how that worked. They were gifts. Women were given as gifts. Okay, that as political gifts. I promise not to destroy your land. This is a memento of our treaty or our covenant, something like that. Okay, they were given as gifts. They were given as what was it? It was gifts. Um, uh, promise tokens, things like that. Let's say you just become a king. The other king may give you a gift, which is two wives or something like that. And back then, it wasn't seen as it is now, because the kings were the only ones that had a lot of wealth to be able to provide for these women. That's the only reason. It wasn't just for sex. It wasn't just for man to be a man and go and get his rocks off. It was for you to provide for them. Okay, they were given as political gifts, uh, promise tokens, and pillage pillage value. When another town would conquer another town, they would just pillage the town. They would take the women. They would become wives. Okay, they was things like that. They would use them for things like that. Also, they would use them for breeding, because so the king's name and legacy could live on. So that is why God figured at that time it's better for these women to be provided for these kings than to die off, not being able to work or feed themselves. I will allow this for now. There's stories in the Bible where God spoke to certain kings. It was King David and King Solomon about his wives. After he said a king should not multiply unto himself wives. Okay, he spoke to them about their wives, and he allowed them because of what I just said. They had to be provided for somehow, some way. As time progressed, God went back to marriage in the way that he created it to be, between one man and one woman, right? He went back when women were able to provide for themselves, or things started to progress and change. There was no reason for the man to have a bunch of wives anymore, right? So that's when the new I'm trying to think of You have the Old Testament and the New. In the very beginning of the New, Jesus came and he was talking about, uh, man, let each man have his own wife. That's how God wanted it in the first place. All right. Let each man take on his own wife. Um, there was no more that you have to provide for them stuff, because they were able to provide for themselves. So it was no need for that anymore. Now, a lot of men would say, "Yo, but what about my manly urges and my man? I don't. It's not natural for me to be with just one woman, yo. You know what I mean?" Okay. All right. Relax. The Bible also says you should take up your cross and follow the Lord. Give your body as a living sacrifice to the Lord. That's what's in there. That means die. It also says, die to your flesh daily so the Lord may live. Now, I know that is very contentious, very controversial, very... Like I said, I'm not gonna be ambiguous. Let me make this clear. You are a human being wrapped up in flesh. You are not perfect. You will make mistakes. There's a difference between going out there, doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it, and say, yeah, man, I'm good, man. God know I'm human. You know, I'm gonna do it and do it and do it. God's forgiveness, grace, and mercy is not a ticket to sin for free. Okay, God knows you're gonna make mistakes. It's the heart that God judges by. Okay. He knows you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna slip up. Everybody does. Everybody slip ups. You are human. We all make mistakes. Sometimes you make the same mistakes over and over. But as long as you keep working on yourself, God, like I said, you can hide from everybody. You can't hide from God. God knows your true heart. Right? So, you are born into sin. So the sinful nature of man is to desire a bunch of sinful stuff. To go out there, you want to do X, Y, Z. You want to go out there, spread your seed, do a bunch of stuff. Okay, that is a common man thing. That's just how men are wired. That is the animalistic nature of man. Us and animals are the same in that regard. What separates us from them? Our reason, wisdom, morality, things like that. We have the same instincts as they do. We know how not to act on them. They don't. When you die to the flesh daily so God can live, that's what this says here. You are choosing to deny yourself and live for God. When you present your body as a living sacrifice, like it says in here, a living sacrifice, that's what the word says. You sacrifice yourself and your own desires. Is that an easy thing to do? It's probably the hardest thing in the world that you will ever have to do. The hardest thing in the world that you'll ever have to do is control yourself. That is the hardest thing in the world that you will ever have to do. Church folks will lead you to believe you're going straight to hell. No, you're not. No, get that crap out of your head right now. No. That's not how that works. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. That's where that scripture comes in that. Die to your flesh, present yourself as a living sacrifice, all that. That's what I have to say to those guys that say, well, yeah, yo, that's my nature as a man, yo. Now, you have free will. You don't have to live like that. God gives you a choice. Okay? I'm just letting you know what God, the one who created marriage and gave it to man, says about marriage. If you don't want to live within those guidelines in something that he created, and you choose to live however you want, you go out there, pick your own wife and marry 2 or 3 wives and do what you want to do right. That's fine. You can do that. But this is the thing with that. You open yourself up to all kinds of problems, dog. All kinds of issues and problems and karmas. Everything in life has every action has a reaction. Everything in life has something that comes with it. That's just one of those things that come with it. And whether you like it or not, you're going to deal with it. Not saying that you're not going to deal with problems as in a godly marriage, but the likelihood of you dealing with those kinds of problems are next to zero, because you did it God's way. When you do something God's way, or you allow God to choose for you, you don't put up with the same kind of problems that people in the world do. You'll have problems. We all have trials and tribulations in life, and hills and valleys that we would have to climb and endure and deal with and walk through. Yes, but the type of stuff that they be going through with all these, you go out there and you pick a wife and you, on your own, and you get 2 or 3 wives, and you do all this crap. All that they gonna deal with those problems. That comes with problems of its own. That's why I came at you from the Bible, of what the Bible says. This is what God says. God created marriage and gave it to man as a covenant between him and his wife. Okay, and God. So you do things God's way, I guarantee you, no matter what anybody tells you or what they believe or think or feel, I guarantee you're going to be all right. Now, that's that on the whole multiple wives thing. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm sure there's a lot of guys out there watching me now. They would really love more than one wife. Me? No. One wife is headache enough. I don't need multiple. No. I'm good on that. Now, I will also say this. I like to look at marriage as a triangle. Okay, and I know people out there probably going to try that Illuminati crap. Oh, he's doing the pyramid. No. Okay, listen. The triangle. Okay. God is always at the top. You and her are left and right. If you are married for the right reasons and it's built on the correct foundation, okay, you can't build a house on mud. If you build a house on mud, it'll fall. All right. If you build it on a solid foundation, which is God, okay, you and her at the left and the right, God is at the top. The more you and her work to get closer to God, look what starts to happen. You two get closer. As long as you put God first in your marriage, everything will be fine. Every day is not going to be a sunny, bright rainbow day and nice outside. There's going to be some bad days, but you'll be okay. You'll be fine. All right. Now, what else I got for y'all? Yeah, I'm gonna go back to this whole respect and submit thing. Now, I'm not gonna lie, okay, and I've said this before, and this is my personal thing. It's up to you guys, however you want to be. But I've told my wife before, I would rather you respect me than to love me. All right. Because you can love somebody and go out there and do a bunch of stuff that will bring shame to them, or things like that. I would rather you respect me than to love me, because I also know how female nature is, how females are just wired. Okay, their love is gonna come. They are emotional creatures. That's all they know how to do is just love. Okay, they are emotional creatures. You don't have to worry about that. As long as you do what you are supposed to be doing, their love will naturally come. Don't overly concern yourself with such things. I would rather you respect me, because your respect for me will keep you from going out there doing X, Y, Z, or keep you from going out there shaming me. If a woman does not respect you as a man, my personal opinion is you get uh, the HE double hockey sticks away from her. She ain't worth it. Just get away from her. Okay, don't. No, I wouldn't even waste my time. So, um, respect is worth more to me than your love, because I already know that's something that's gonna come. That's why God didn't tell the woman to love the man. He told the man that God knows how he wired the female. Her love will come later on. Respect him. That's the main. That's the most important thing. Okay. Uh, let's see what else. All right. Yeah, that's really it. I know this video was super long and everything. I had a lot to get across to y'all, but that's the crux of what I'm really saying here today is I want you to understand where marriage comes from, the inner workings of marriage, how it was supposed to be designed versus how it is out here today. Everybody's just getting married for uh, uh, the benefits and the money. You build a house on mud, it will fall every time. That's what a lot of marriages are built on today. Mud. It's not gonna last, and then y'all see it and you think, oh, why should I get married? Because you are looking at everybody do it wrong and it failed. And you don't understand what the right way of doing it is. All you see is the wrong ways of doing it, and you think that's how it should be done. You're like, why should I do it if it doesn't work? You choose the wrong one. You go out there and choose your own wife, or you see one that you think is okay for you to marry, and you don't let God lead your life. You're gonna wind up like that. God knows everything. You know nothing. We are only human beings. I've said this before. Our brains weigh 3 pounds. We don't know anything. Y'all think y'all a lot smarter than what you are. You don't know anything. God is the unseen one, the one that created everything you see and everything you don't. Let him do that. Then people will get married because they just want this beautiful girl that they got. They don't think they're gonna get anything that looks like her ever again. That's that scarcity mindset. Get that out of your mind. Get that out of your mind. If you make yourself into the man that you should be, you work on yourself, build yourself up, learn skills, you will be a valuable asset to a woman's life. There will be millions more of her. Stop thinking that. Um, Then you have this thing out here, right? And I've been waiting to get on this because I don't like that. You got a lot of when I was young, growing up, I saw a lot of weak men. Okay, a lot of spineless, noodleback simps, right? Even in their old age, they were still simps. They were still noodlebacks, right? They all had the same saying that they were loved so much. Oh, happy wife, happy life. Hey, man, I guess you gay. Look, just the best advice I can give you guys is if you just understand that she's always right and you're always wrong, you'll be okay. Ho, 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 ho. No, 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 no. Happy wife, happy life. That's what Adam thought. Look at us now. Look at us now. If you base your life on making a woman happy, you will always be miserable. That's like chasing the wind. Stop doing that. Focus on yourself. I heard that so much growing up. Went to the point, me being a young dumbass kid, I thought, yeah, hey, okay, I guess the woman's always right. No, 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 no. You are supposed to be the leader. You are the head. That is how that works. Um, Now, oh yeah, one more point. I'm gonna I'm gonna get into before I leave, right? Um, a lot of people think that God does not like divorce. He doesn't. Okay, He does not. But there is a clear grounds for divorce. That's what a lot of people would have you to believe, that there's no such thing as. Okay, there are clear grounds for divorce, but even that is left up to you. That is your choice. Okay, the only time God would allow the divorce is for infidelity. Okay, marriage is supposed to be a exclusive relationship between a man and a woman. Infidelity is a violation of the exclusivity. Okay, but even then, it's up to you if you choose to divorce for that. You can. It's okay. It's written about in here. Y'all can debate me all you want on that. You can't argue with what's written. Okay, you get mad, happy, sad, do whatever you want, rant, rave, yell. I don't care, man. It's written here. There's a clear ground for the divorce. That's just one, and it's that. But that's up to you. You don't have to do it or not. It's just saying that you can. All right. So that's that on marriage. If y'all got anything that you want me to hit on or talk about, just drop me an email or drop a comment or something like that. Anything that I wasn't too clear on, go ahead and let me know. I'll come back and clarify. Or if I'm wrong, which I'm sure I'm not, because I got everything from here, I'll come back and I'll fix it. Oh, and before I go, I want to clarify something I said on one of my last videos. When I said, fellas, stop living with these women, I meant that. But I was referring to living in their house. Okay, if you can go live in their house and pay their bills, you can pay yours. All right. It is okay if you and her choose to get a place together, as long as your name is on that lease. As long that's what I'm saying. As long as your name is on that lease, that's fine. But don't be just moving in no other woman's house and paying her bills, and this is her house, and she can kick you out. No, man, no. Have your own. Okay, it's better to have your own house or your own place. She comes stay with you, or if you and her choose to go out there and get a place. Y'all make sure your name is on that lease. That's just as much as your place as it is hers. All right. And I know some of y'all might think, are you sitting here talking about marriage and the Bible? You're promoting shacking up? Okay. My personal opinion, you never know someone until you live with them. You never know someone until you live with them. They have habits and things that they do that you have no idea about until you live with them. If you don't want to do that, that's perfectly okay. If you just want to wait and just move right in when let's say you get married, that's okay. All right. I don't see anything in here saying you should live with this woman unless you're married. That's subjective and left up to a lot of people. If they, like a lot of the old school churches back in the day said that kind of stuff. All right, but yeah, yeah. So that's just that on that. That's up to you. Before you focus on getting married, man, focus on yourself, kings. All right, work on yourself, build yourself up so you can become that valuable asset to someone else. If you want me to go into detail about something I said on this video, drop me a comment, drop me an email. I will gladly make another video going into great detail about what I said, about the whole how to submit to each other, what all. I'll go into it again, uh, what women should know about submitting to their husbands. Um, I'll go into detail again about how you should love your woman as Christ loves the church. Not that romantic bleeding heart, I'll die without you love. Okay, that's not. If y'all want to hear that, let me know. Go out, be great. Just remember, y'all the kings. I'm just the man behind the scenes. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.